9. Jessica woke up early on Sunday morning. Pale lemons. Sunlight was just pushing through the crack of the band's curtains. Storm was lying next to her. He wagged his little tail as she petted him and snuggled back under the warm blanket with a contented sigh. Even though it was early, Jessica was wide awake. Leaving Storm lying there on his own, she carefully climbed over him and dressed in shorts and a t-shirt. After boiling some water from tea, she brought her mom and dad a cup of tea in bed. "Aww, thanks, sweetie. You're an early bird today," Mr. Tint said, looking all sleepy-eyed and with messy hair. "You're not making breakfast too, are you?" she asked hopefully. Jessica took the hint. Eggs on toast. By the time they were cleaning up the cups and plates, the other high flyers had arrived. Kim had bad news. "Oh dear, it's gonna be another no-fly day," she announced. So the winning teams have been worked out from Friday to Saturday's flights. "We're in second place. The Cloud Racers are first," Mr. Tennant said. "Oh, well, I guess we'll have to see how it goes," he said good-naturedly. "It's a shame we won't get a chance for another flight, but there'll still be a balloon teeter before we pack up for good. That's when the balloons are brought to the ground and just hover a few inches in the air. No balloon monsters high in the sky to scare you today," Jessica said, whispering to Storm. Outside an enclosure, cars and trailers had already parked and the grass was already covered with acres of brightly colored nylon. Jessica could see the Cloud Racer's baskets lay on its side. The birds were growing large, and the huge black wolf face was nearly inflated. She and Storm were standing with Mom and Dad when Gail's parents approached them with Mrs. Young holding Mikey's hand. "Excuse me, have you seen Gail?" he asked Jessica. Jessica shook her head. "No, I haven't seen her since yesterday." She noticed that Mrs. Young looked different and realized why. Gail's mom was wearing t-shirts and was wearing a crumpled t-shirt and jeans. And she wasn't wearing any makeup. Her eyes looked puffy and damp, as if she'd been crying. "It's something wrong?" Mrs. Tennant asked gently. "It's Gail. She's missing," Mrs. Young said with a shaky voice. "We had a bit of a fight about this necklace business. At first I thought she'd gone off somewhere sulking myself. She's done it before, but now it's over an hour, and I'm really starting to get worried." "Well, I'll help you look for her," Jessica offered once. "That's nice of you, especially after the way Gail behaved," Mr. Young said. But everybody makes mistakes," Jessica said generously. "Let's spread out and look around," Mr. Tennant suggested. "Good idea. I'll look over here," Jessica said, walking off with Storm. She waited until her mom and dad had gone in the opposite directions and then turned to Storm. "Okay, boy, do you think you can pick up Gail's scent?" she asked. "I'll try," Storm wolfed. Scampering over to the young RV, he began sniffing around in the grass. Jessica followed him as he worked his way back and forth. Moments later, his head came up. "This way!" he yapped triumphantly. Jessica ran after him as he headed towards the line of teetered balloons. The Cloud Racer's huge black balloon and basket were floating a few inches off the ground. Two of the club members were standing there with their backs to the balloon. Jessica caught a sudden movement from the corner. A dim figure quickly dashed out from behind the band and, quick as a flash, scrambled into a basket. "Oh my God, it's Gail!" Jessica gasped, rushing towards with Storm at her heels. She ran to the balloon as she saw Gail lean over, unhook the rope, drop it to the ground. The basket wobbled and tipped at a crazy angle. The two club members turned around. They realized what was happening and quickly grabbed a rope but the balloon began to rise slowly as Gail unhooked another rope and threw it down. "Gail! Don't!" Jessica cried. Gail glared at her. "What do you want? You don't like me. Everybody hates me." The balloon rose up higher and higher. "I don't hate you. And your mom and dad are really right about you. Just stay still and I'll let the team get you down," Jessica pleaded. Gail bit her lip. It looked like if she was starting to believe Jessica. "Gail! What on earth do you see you're doing, Lynn? Get down from there this instant, young lady!" Mr. Young ordered as he, his wife, and Mikey ran towards the balloon. Then everybody saying habit at once. Club members are already on tiptoe, trying to hold down the balloon. Were lifted on their feet. They dropped to the ground as the black balloon rose into the air, trailing ropes and taking Gail up with it. Jessica saw the balloon ripple as if it was caught in a side-wind. It lurched sideways, and the wolf face seemed to leer as it started to collapse. Gail screamed and clung into the basket. Jessica gasped in horror. The whole thing was going to crash down!